Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see a trap in Sicilian defense from white side, and the variation is delayed alapin. So let's see. White starts with e4, c5, knight f3, d6. uh, my last Sicilian trap video was about knight c6 and I showed how b4 is working, and the video is ranking on top, and that's best performing video. And this is why I thought, okay, let's make another video on Sicilian defense trap, and hopefully you will like it, because this opening covers much more detail than the knight c6 video, but obviously that was published 2 years ago. So d6, and I'm going to say c3 here. So c3 is delayed alapin, and if you play c3 here, that's direct alapin variation, right? So c3 known as alapin variation, but once you play knight f3, d6 and then c3, it's delayed alapin. So c3, black can play knight c6, knight f6, g6, maybe some other moves, but knight f6 is most natural move for black. And now first excellent move, which is bishop e2. We sacrifice e4 pawn, and knight into e4 is mistake because of queen a4 check, and whatever black plays, we just take free knight and we are piece up. So knight into e4 is mistake, and believe me, I have won with the same blunder. Like my opponent played knight into e4 in at least 4 games in rapid tournaments. So yeah, and they were rated players, so 1300, 1500 FIDE rating at back in 2022. So bishop e2, knight c6 is most obvious reply, because now knight into e4 is threat, right? So if you play short castle, then knight into e4, and basically black is winning a pawn. So instead of short castle, another brilliant move, which is d4. We just throw a pawn away. If black takes now, then we play d5. Black is forced to move the knight, and then again the same thing, queen a4 check, and we take knight, or yeah, it's a check, or we'll take knight. So knight into e4 is mistake here. So c into d4 is move, c into d4, and then your opponent might think, okay, now I can take knight into e4, because after d5 queen a5 check is there, right? And I'm like, black will think that, okay, I just won a pawn, so, and there is no compensation. But this is still our preparation. We play knight c3, and here black will take knight into c3, we take b takes c3, and okay, if queen takes c3, that's again a mistake because of bishop d2, and the next move is bishop into c3 and d into c6. Black can't stop these two threats, and hence we will get a piece, and this is why knight e5 is the move. And what's the point? Point is, after knight into e5, black will take queen into c3 check. Now 3 pieces are hanging, king, rook and queen, so bishop d2 is forced. If queen d2, then black can just take our rook for free. So bishop d2, queen into e5, and now brilliant move, short castle. We sacrifice third pawn, queen into d5, and literally we are 3 pawns down. So we have 4 pawns and black have 7 pawns, but still this position is good for white. Let's see how to continue this, and we are still in trap. Our opponent is still in trap. So we play rook 7 here, covering the open file. Obviously there are few moves, and we can't discuss all the moves in the video, but I decided to make obvious moves. So one is e6, another is g6, because black can think, okay, I will develop the bishop from g7, and how white can stop me, because black can anyway sacrifice 1 or 2 pawns and still can be better, or maybe winning, right? If black managed to consolidate or safeguard its king. The only point is the king on e8 is very weak, so that's the point. So rook c1, and now let's go with e6 first. e6, black's idea is to play bishop e7 and then short castle, but what we do is we play rook c7, and now point is, let's say bishop e7. Anyway, black can't do short castle, but our idea is to play queen a4 check, king d8, and now bishop to a5. Bishop to a5, now the threat is discovered check, so b6 is possible move, then we play rook f c1. This is brilliant variation. Now you see white is 3 pawn down, we are giving another bishop, so b takes a5 and then bishop a6. Again brilliant winning move. Let's say if queen into a5, we can play queen to c6, and this is completely winning. Like rook is hanging, the next move is rook into c8 check, and black can't stop all this threat because king is also extremely weak and the position is winning completely. So rook fc1, let's say b takes a5, and then we play bishop a6. This is disaster for black. I mean, look at this position. We are piece down, 3 pawn down, and again we are sacrificing another piece. Bishop into a6 leads to queen d7 checkmate, and let's say bishop d7, that's a free bishop, so I don't think that's a big issue. So bishop a6, and okay, I don't see any move for black. Let's say something like h6 or h5. I'm making just random moves, then rook into c8, and this is a checkmate because king d7 is illegal move. Yeah, so we saw e6, another move is h6. Yeah, another move g6, not h6. We again play rook c7, bishop g7, and now queen a4 check. King d8 leads to the same variation, bishop a5, and that's winning. So king f8 here, and then queen into a7. Again a brilliant move, brilliant queen sacrifice. Look at this, this bishop is hanging, this rook is hanging, but if black takes rook into a7, we take rook into c8, and that's a checkmate. So yeah, bishop d7 is the main move, which is the most critical, I would say. Bishop f3, and obviously if your opponent is greedy and he already took 3 pawns, he will capture a 4th pawn quite easily, and then rook a1 we play. After rook a1, queen b2, rook b1, queen f6, and now rook into b7. The point is, even though we are 3 pawn down, the white's king, black's king is extremely weak. Now rook d8, bishop a5 attack, rook d8, bishop a5 attacking on black's rook. Rook c8, here another sacrifice, rook into d7, king into d7, queen a4 check, king e6, bishop g4 check, and that would lead to a checkmate within next few moves because of king d5, rook d1 check. For simplification, you can first capture the rook, and you will never lose this position. Look at this, I mean, king on e6, it's doing nothing. So yeah, that's all from my side, and this mouse is not working, so yeah, now it worked. Okay, so yeah, I'm now going to stop this video, and hope you enjoyed this. If you are still watching until this point, then thanks a lot, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will try to post more frequently, maybe weekly once or twice, but you know, I'm a bit lazy, I can say that, but okay. Yeah, and thank you for support, guys. So yeah.